everybody and welcome back to another movie review. I am a little bit behind with my reviews right now, so this is one that I was kind of supposed to do, a few weeks back, well probably about a month ago actually. I didn't get around to it because it was a new release then and now it's been a little while, but it's because I recently just watched it for the second time, which I'm really glad that I did because I felt like the first time I watched it, I enjoyed it and I enjoyed it just as much the second time, but I just felt like I needed to watch it again to be able to do my review on it. So that's kind of why it kind of had a bit of a space there. But today I will be talking about Hector and the Search for Happiness with Simon Pegg and Rosamund Pike. Rosamund Pike's been in a lot of movies lately. To be honest, she's not in this one as heavily as she's in What We Did on Our Holiday and Gone Girl and things like that. But she's in it a bit, but it's funny because I recently also watched The World's End. And of course that's Simon Pegg and Rosamund Pike as well. But anyway, Simon Pegg is definitely a different character in this one it's difficult because I feel like when I watch this I don't feel like I'm watching Simon Pegg. I don't really know how to explain that, but I don't mean it in a bad way. It's kind of, I don't know, he's not doing his silly comedy, he's definitely very different, but I like both of him, but I really liked him in this. Basically he plays this psychiatrist who kind of feels like he's not really helping his patients. They kind of all have these kind of strange problems. It's really interesting to see his different patients, and that was really interesting. I really liked that. But so that's kind of how it begins. He's dealing with these patients and he feels like he's just answering a question with a question. He's not really helping them much. He prescribes them medication. He just doesn't feel like he's doing his job as well as he could be. So he really wants to go and try and find himself and find the true the meaning of happiness and what other people consider happiness to be. So Hector and the Search for Happiness. And this is based off a short story, I believe, a short book. But yes, so basically, like I say, it's Hector. He goes on a journey. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of Secret Life of Walter Mitty in the fact that Hector very much, his life is very organised. When you see his house, it's just so funny. He has a little a drawer for his socks. Well, everyone has a drawer for their socks, but Hector's has a label on that says Hector's socks, and all things like that, all little quirky things. His house is very organised, and he's very all together and likes to keep on a schedule. And so this trip kind of is him really branching out. So first he heads off to China, and that's kind of where his trip begins. And honestly, it's a really funny film, as well as it's very sweet and endearing, but also it has some twists in there that I did not expect, which obviously I'm not going to give away, but yeah, there's definitely some twists I didn't expect, and I don't know, so it is a really sweet film, but I feel like I just need to keep watching this one to really get it in my brain. I don't know why, parts of it just kind of escaped my brain. I only just watched it again for the second time, but I give it 4 stars. I feel like I really enjoyed it. 4 stars is obviously great, but there was definitely a little bit of something missing for me, and I can't place my finger on what it is, but I don't know what that was. I don't know, because the soundtrack was great, the cinematography was fantastic, there were some really beautiful scenes, especially when he was at the top of this mountain, which, I won't go too much, but, at the top of this mountain there's this whole big scene, and, somebody he's speaking to, and that's really beautiful. And also throughout, he's got this kind of little journal, and he's taking notes, and the notes kind of, appear on the screen, and it's, each of the notes are really, really cool and really, really sweet. I really liked those. That was a really cool little element to the film that I really, really enjoyed. So yeah, if you enjoy travel films and things like that, and you definitely get to see a lot of cool places in this film, which I also really enjoyed, and I really love the conclusion of this film. The conclusion of the film is fantastic. Also, Toni Collette is in this film, and I really like her as well. She kind of plays a little short bit in this film, and I really liked that. But he definitely does go to quite a few places, and I really did enjoy seeing that. And it's definitely a film I know I'll watch over and over. It's a really nice, easy watch, and it's just a good time, but like I say, it's got some twists and turns. So yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this film. I give it 4 stars. I definitely recommend checking it out if you kind of enjoy those kind of travel films, and if you enjoyed Secret Life of Walter Mitty, I'm sure you will enjoy this one. I feel like I watched it a bit too close to Secret Life of Walter Mitty though, because I enjoyed Secret Life of Walter Mitty a little bit more, but yes, I still did enjoy this. So yes, in summary, I enjoyed it. I give it a thumbs up. I'd recommend that you watch it. Simon Pegg's great in it, Rosamund Pike's great in it, Toni Collette is great. Pretty much everyone in this was really great. The soundtrack was great, the scenery was great. It was a fun travel movie about this quirky little psychiatrist trying to find the meaning of happiness, and the people he meets along the way are fantastic. There's definitely some great people he meets along the way. I love movies like that, you know, when they meet different characters along the way and you kind of feel a little connection with each character on the travels. So yeah, definitely check this one out if you haven't seen it already. And yeah, that's it guys. So let me know down in the comments below if you have seen Hector and the Search for Happiness and your thoughts on it. Until then, I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye!